So welcome to Raise Your Vibration with Essential Oils. So hi everybody who's on the live, and hi everybody who's on the recording. If the video and the audio are not syncing, I'm super sorry, but I'm hoping it works this time. It didn't work the last time. So anyway, I don't know. I just thought maybe y'all want to see me. Maybe not. I could be wrong. So anyway, and I have the beautiful and adorable Lucy here, right, Lucy? She's such a good girl. She'll probably be sitting in my lap the whole time. My little 17-year-old. All right, so we're going to talk about raising your vibration with essential oils, but I'm also going to talk about when to not raise your vibration. So anything that I say in this presentation, it has not been evaluated by the FDA. I'm going to talk energetically about the oils. So I'm not going to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. That's not what we're doing when I talk about the vibrational aspect of oils. And these are the 25 oils that we're going to go through. So if you have any of those, feel free to grab them, have them at your side. Feel free to be sniffing away as we go through these. So to be completely frank, my vibration has been a little low because I just came off of 3 days of travel, didn't get home until midnight last night, and I had 3 very long but awesome days. So I have the 25 oils lined up here, and I'm going to be sniffing away. So that's my plan. All right, so let me start off with talking about the new energies that we're in. And if you follow this, fantastic, it's going to make sense. And if you don't, I hope you don't think I sound like some wackadoo. But we are in the middle, actually near the tail end of a significant energy shift. And actually, when I say tail end, it'll probably last most of our lifetimes because these energy shifts happen over hundreds, if not thousands of years. But we've passed the threshold. Honestly, September last month was outrageous, the energies that we had to shift through. And I won't go into all of that. But holding a healthy vibration is more challenging now than ever before. I mean, this is where we're at. We, back in, there's some debate over this, back in 2012 during the big Mayan calendar, oh my gosh, the world's gonna end. Yeah, it did. We're still here. We're still sniffing oils. But that's when we shifted out of 5,100 years, 5,125 years to be exact, of energy that's very aggressive and warring and conflict and really stressful, angry energy. So we moved out of the age of Pisces and we moved into the age of Aquarius. So let the song start running through your head, the whole age of Aquarius song, because we are moving into energy that is about oneness and compassion and feminine energy. It is heart-centered energy. But we're not feeling it right now because people that are in the old energies are clinging to it like a life raft. So you're seeing a lot of craziness going on, right? I mean, type in the chat if you're feeling the craziness. I know I am. And so this new energy is also shifting us away from gathering stuff. We don't need more stuff. Well, unless stuff is oils. And then we need more oils. But what it's doing is it's shifting us into a more heart-based acquisition. So it's being really smart about what you're buying and thinking from your heart, not thinking from your brain. So it's not ego buying. It's, there's Lucy's tail. So it's not ego buying, it's heart-based buying. And it's also heart-based giving. And, even manifesting in this new energy, it's all heart-centered. Everything is all heart-centered. So in order for us to really be successful, we need to be heart-centered. And the heart is the center of our vibrational field. A lot of people think it's our brain. Our heart has a far bigger vibrational field when they measure it than our brain does. So everything, absolutely everything, has to come from the heart. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you are in a rowboat and you are trying to paddle upstream. It's going to feel really difficult. But what is really interesting, and I've actually been teaching on this for a couple of years, and it's so incredibly true. The new energies are about grounding while ascending. And when I talk about ascending, it's our planet is increasing in vibration, and I'm going to talk about that in a couple of slides. So everything is speeding up, right? I mean, do you feel like everything is speeding up? That even though we have the same 24 hours in a day, and we have technology that helps us do things faster, we get less done because we have more to do. Yeah, exactly. I could go into a whole big spiel about that, but I'm not going to do it. But this is what is happening. Time is speeding up. You know, humans have created the clock, you know, and the watch and all of that. But time is speeding up and we're feeling it. So this is the ascending that we're doing, but we have to stay grounded because we're here on Earth. And that has been very controversial with a lot of my healer friends because they don't want to ground. And you know what? If you don't ground, you are not going to handle the ascension very well. And you may not actually be able to handle it. So I'm going to get to that. But everything in this world is energy. Everything is these microscopic energy filaments, these strings that vibrate at different rates. Absolutely everything. This computer is vibrating filaments of energy. My bottle of water here is energy. Lucy is energy. I'm energy. You're energy. These beautiful bottles of essential oils are energy. Your emotions, what you feel, the words you use, the thoughts you think, the actions you take are energy. Essential oils are energy. And so when you are feeling physically or emotionally or mentally just kind of blah, that's energy. That's vibration. You can do something about that. So we live in a low vibrational world, even though, as I'm going to talk about just in a couple of slides, we live in a low vibrational world. And it's because of how the earth, its vibration is changing because of this ascension process that it has never gone through. I've been reading this fascinating book about it. But our physical body, because the earth's vibration is changing so fast and time is speeding up, our bodies, our species has not had time to evolve to deal with it. And so our body is still kind of in an older vibration, but is having to handle technology. I mean, I think back to when I was in law school, which in the grand scheme of things was not that long ago. I went to law school from 1990 to 94. So it was 25-ish years ago. And I had just gotten a computer and I thought, oh my gosh, this is like Back to the Future. You know, this is really bizarre. But there was no internet. I had to do all my legal research in the library. There was no getting online. There was no smartphones. There were no cell phones. So our bodies have very quickly had to deal with technology because technology gives off an electromagnetic frequency. And so our bodies are being bombarded. So we are constantly in fight or flight energy, which is why, and actually my medical doctor said this to me. He's a holistic doctor back in the DC area. He said 95% of people are in adrenal fatigue, which is where our fight and flight center is located. And it's because our bodies are constantly bombarded. We are not genetically equipped to deal with this energy. So we're battling the onslaught of electromagnetic frequencies. Like right now, I'm in front of a computer. You know, we've got smartphones. We have Wi-Fi. We have televisions. I mean, we're just surrounded by it. You know, the electrical grids around our house are also impacting us, and it's impacting our pets too. But we also have contaminated food sources. All this GMO nonsense is going on. We have toxins in the air, which is why these oils are so important, so you can start getting rid of the toxins in your house, those plug-ins to freshen the home, toxic cleaners. And then we're surrounded by stressed and negative people because they can't handle it. They can't handle being around all of this low vibration when we're also in an ascending energy. We feel like Gumby. We're being stretched. And some people can't handle it and they behave badly. And maybe you're feeling stressed and negative about it, that some days are just, it's like, it's too much. I can't handle it. So when I talk about these oils, I'm going to be talking about their frequency. And frequency is simply electrical energy that can be measured between 2 points. And if something is of low frequency, it is slower, more grounded. And if something is a higher frequency, it's more like uplifting, more spiritual, that sort of thing. So I'm going to be talking about how essential oils, many of them that I'm going to talk about have had their frequency measured. But our human body, like a healthy human body, which we all want from head to toe, is going to vibrate between 62 and 78 megahertz, but the best is 78 megahertz because that's what the Earth oscillates at 78.2, 78.3 megahertz or 7.82, 7.83 hertz. So you're going to see me kind of go back and forth on that. But that's when we vibrate at that. That's when we feel our best physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. That's when we are like firing on all chambers and we're like, I feel good. But when we don't, when we go below that, that's when we don't feel good. But I've given you on this slide, and by the way, you guys, you can go into the chat and you can download this, a PDF of this PowerPoint so that you can follow along. So different body parts in us have different vibrations. And I wanted to give you some of these because as the body parts go lower in the body, the vibration goes lower because that's what it should be. As we get closer to the ground, the vibration should be lower. As we get higher off the ground, the vibration should be higher. So I love it that these, that the vibrational frequency of the organs actually do go in line with the vibrational frequency of the chakras that relate to these. So that's kind of awesome. And so when we think about what we put in our body, we can actually add to or take away from the megahertz that we vibrate at. So we want to be at 78 megahertz. That's really what we want to be at. That's what the Earth is at. And so if we eat processed food or canned food, it has 0 megahertz. You haven't added any life vibration to your body. So just saying, you are what you eat. If you eat fresh produce, fruits and vegetables, you can be adding up to 15 megahertz to your body. So this is important. When you don't feel well and your megahertz is low, you eat fresh produce, you can start raising it. Using dry herbs, especially organic, you can start raising it. Fresh herbs, you raise it even more, but essential oils is where you can really raise your vibration or you can stabilize it because sometimes we don't want to get too high. You know, I think it's really important that we stay at that 78 megahertz. But when you're really low, you want to boost it very high. You want to hit a very high vibrational oil to basically drag yourself back up to 78 because that's where we want to be. So that's why I'm going to be talking about the frequency of these oils and when you use them. So different ways that you can, raise your vibration is just exercise, moving. It'll just strengthen your whole body. releases all the good hormones and the neurotransmitters that help you feel good. I've been reading a book. I was reading it on the many airplanes I've been on this week. And I'm going to read it. I'm back on an airplane next week. It's Donna Eden's energy medicine book. And she's got all these awesome like exercise things that you can do. And one of them is you basically march in place, lift your feet and your knees up, and you raise the opposite arm. So when you lift your left leg, you raise your right arm, and then you just kind of do that. And I just did that before this webinar, and it really brought my energy back. So that helps. But I also put a whole bunch of peppermint on my skull. And now I'm tingling. I got lots of energy. But meditation is a great way to raise your vibration, connecting with something higher than yourself, having that faith, knowing that there's something bigger kind of conducting everything. Having a positive mindset does the same thing. Disconnecting from technology does that, which is why I'll have Facebook vacations and let people know I'm not getting online. I'm taking a little vacay. But essential oils is the absolute, my favorite, super easy. It'll happen right away. Get your vibration back to where it should be. And it's because of the oils having such a complex chemical structure that they are very powerful for the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual balancing. But it's not any oils. And I know all of you that are on the live, you are in my Young Living team. You know that the Young Living oils are very different than other oils. And so I'm not talking about other oils. I'm talking about Young Living because of the purity and the vibrational frequency that they hold. So you can really smell your way into a higher vibration. We've got science that is telling us this, that when we smell something, it produces a thought. When I smell rose, I think of my grandmother because she used to wear rose hand cream. Some people will smell something and it takes them back to a family holiday dinner. So oils communicate with your brain to keep you balanced and to keep you well. That's why it's called aromatherapy. So it's like a shrink in a bottle, which is kind of cool. So I can send you this particular chart if you want it. I have it as a chart that I can send you, but somebody spent a lot of time putting this chart together. I've kind of done a different chart, but if you have an essential oil guidebook specific to Young Living, especially the one by Connie and Alan Higley, they put the megahertz in there. So I just simply went through the book and figured it out. But so I'll send this. Oh yeah, Patty, you have it. Yeah, I love referring to it too. It really helps. But we can have emotions that weigh us down. And I think back to not too long ago when I was in a very stressful working environment, and I would come home at the end of the day and I didn't even have the energy to eat dinner. Sometimes I would be face down on the floor with 3 cats crawling all over me because the emotional impact of working in a negative environment was taking its toll on me. So all emotions are really stored in the limbic region of the brain. And when we smell an oil, it goes right to that region. It goes right to the amygdala and creates an emotional response. And this is how we can use oils to actually kind of pull out emotions that no longer serve us and basically heal them, repair them so that they're not there. So breathing essential oils on a daily basis, you can actually release very long-standing negative emotions that you don't want anymore. And I've seen this happen. I did a class a couple of months ago, and 2 of the people in the live class picked up the bottle of rose oil, and when they smelled it, one gal burst into tears and the other one was on the verge of tears with one smell because they were processing something that quickly. So, smell produces thought. And most of our physical problems can be directly related to emotional health. And so this is why smelling an essential oil can not only help you emotionally, but can help you physically. When we look at our immune system, it is getting bombarded by all the stuff that I mentioned, the electromagnetic frequencies around us, toxic food, toxic smells, toxic emotions, and negative emotions really can compromise your immune system. There's loads and loads of studies that say that happy people are healthier. These are happy oils. They're going to help you with that. Because when we're feeling negative, then we're stressed out, and that stress becomes physical, and it increases the cortisol levels, which is the fight or flight mechanism coming out of our adrenal glands. And that's what we don't want, but that's what we're constantly in. So I'm going to give you 25 of my favorite survival oils. So buckle down. We're going to do it. And I really want to, give you as much information as I have about how I've used these oils, and I've used every single one of these. And I'm not kidding when I say I use about 20 oils a day in a variety of ways, from Ningxia Red to taking some of the supplements to diffusing the oils to applying them directly. I mean, like I said, right before this webinar, I put a whole bunch of peppermint on the back of my head to give me the energy to really, do this webinar because I love this topic. So let me first start with the opposite of raising your vibration and talk about getting grounded. So I've mentioned that the earth is vibrating at 7.83 hertz or 78 megahertz, but that is rising. It's really kind of fascinating. So the earth's vibration is actually called the Schumann frequency resonance. You can actually go onto iTunes and you can purchase music that is the Schumann frequency resonance. And what that is, it's the sound that the earth makes. The earth makes a sound. It's really awesome to hear it. It's very grounding. It completely connects you to the earth. And these days we're so disconnected. We wear shoes that, they have rubber soles on them, that we don't connect to the earth when we're walking on rubber. And this is why a lot of times when I'm on a vacation or I'm at a location where there's water, I will do what is in that picture. I don't care how cold it is. That is actually me with my feet in a lake in Scotland. And it was pretty chilly. But when we put our feet on Mother Earth, especially when there's water or when it's moist like sand, we instantly sink to the vibration of the earth. That's why when you go to the beach and you walk barefoot, you feel great, right? It's called earthing. When we earth, we feel great. When we want complete balance in all areas of our life, get grounded. When you feel unsettled, get grounded. After I'm on an airplane, get grounded. And earthing is the best way to do it. But, so here's the thing. We're coming into some winter months, and I'm here in Michigan. We're not going to be earthing when there's 2 feet of snow on the ground, right? You can use oils to help you earth, to get you grounded. Now, what I find is very interesting is that Young Living has a grounding oil, but it's 140 megahertz. That's twice the vibration of what the planet is vibrating at. So to me, that's not grounding. That's ascending. That's raising your vibration. But give it a try. Give it a try and see how you feel. It's all like tree oils that are in this grounding blend. I love it. But it's interesting that it's not vibrating at 78 megahertz. I just think that's really interesting. But I'm going to give you 2 oils that are. And here we go. So this, Lucy keeps running back and forth. Don't unplug anything, Lucy. Peppermint. So I've told you, I put peppermint on my skull. Not only does peppermint kind of refresh your mind, It's grounding. It puts you in the same vibration as the earth, which I think is pretty cool. So it brings you back to balance. It is energetically known as being a tonic for the nerves. So when you feel really unnerved, sometimes you feel sick to your stomach, right? You just don't feel right. This is the oil that people go to when they need support for their stomach, when they need support for their head, when they need a boost in their mental faculties. Maybe they're feeling tired. They need better concentration. They need to stimulate their mind. This stimulates the mind. It stimulates the stomach. And I just love it that it has the same vibration as the planet. And this comes in your starter kit. So all y'all have it, which is awesome. So put it on your temples. I like to put it right on the back of my skull. I just put it on my fingertips and I just rub it right up the back of my skull, and it is awesome. But put it on the bottom of your feet, because our feet are the best sensors for taking in energy. And this will be like standing on dirt and sand. But you can also put it on your stomach, which is why people use it when their stomach doesn't feel great, because that's where our stress center is. So that's an awesome way to ground. Another one is to use the present time oil. So present time, I love this oil. It comes in the feelings kit. I mean, you can get it separately, but there's a kit of 6 oils called the feelings kit. And I think I'm actually going through all of them tonight. Oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. If you have any of these oils that I go through, post me a comment. Let me know if you have it. But this is 92 megahertz. So it's a little higher. Yeah, Patty, you need that. So it's 92 megahertz. So it's kind of close. It's a little higher than the vibration of the earth. Yes, Barb, I'm going to get high again on these oils. We got 25 to go through. We're on number 2. With all the traveling I'm done, I definitely need a boost. Plus Scandal is on tonight, and I want to stay awake to watch it. There, Allie's big confession. I watched Scandal. I lived in the DC area long enough. I'm sorry, that stuff happens. Okay, there. I just said something super secret. That stuff happens. Anyway, let's get back to oils. It is neroli, ylang-ylang, and spruce. And it's in a carrier oil of almond oil. This is your I need to be in the moment and stop the brain chatter oil. That's what this does. We can become so disconnected from the earth's vibration, especially if you live in an area where it's a concrete jungle, like when I was in the DC area. And so when you disconnect, you are not connected to the earth. You don't feel good. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you feel, we hear people say, I feel disconnected. Yeah, okay, you know what? Disconnect from your technology and go put your feet on the planet. But if you can't do that, like a lot of times I feel disconnected when I'm on an airplane. I am not going to be putting my feet on the ground when I'm on certain long flights. Present time. Present time. It puts you in the moment. It gives you a very positive feeling. Just when you are in the moment, you're not thinking about the past and you're not worrying about the future. Because when we're thinking about the past, we're usually regretting something. We're, oh, I should have said that. I should have done this. Oh, I made a mistake. That's not good. When we're in the future, I got to move Lucy. Sorry. When we're in the future, that's fear-based thinking. You can certainly plan for the future, but when you live in it, you're not in the present. And if you are not in the present, you are not living your life. So this is great to put right over your heart, right over the thymus area, the sternum, put it on your foreheads. If you look in your essential oil guides, I've given out various different guides, so I don't know which ones you may have, but you can look for the VitaFlex points on the ears. And the fear point is right at almost the bottom of the lobe. And so if you're stuck in the future, very fearful, take your present time, put a little on your finger, put it on your earlobe, and you just kind of massage it in, and that's a VitaFlex point. So you can certainly do that. You can diffuse it. You can just breathe it in. You can wear it as perfume because it has neroli. It has ylang-ylang. It's a beautiful blend. So those are my 2 oils when I need to ground. All right. Now I'm going to talk about oils to clear out old or negative energy that you don't want anymore. So I'm going to talk about the forgiveness oil, the release oil, SARA, trauma life. But I'm also going to talk about tapping real quick, because when your emotions are a wrecking ball, you have old emotions, negative emotions that you have not cleared out, your body and your well-being are going to take the brunt of it. Okay? I mean, have you ever known somebody who's so negative or so wrapped up in they can't forgive somebody, they just can't release something, and they're always sick? They always got something wrong. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my neck. Blah. And it's like, you've got to release it. It's like, I just want to go up to them and just pour a bottle of release over them or forgiveness. And just, that's anointing. When we want to anoint ourselves with oils, it's not a drop. You pour the darn bottle on yourself. You anoint. So the one thing that I like to do in clearing out older negative energy with oils is tap. Are you all familiar with tapping, the emotional freedom technique, where you start with the karate chop here on the side of the hand, and then you go to above the eyebrows, on the side of the eyes, underneath? Look it up. Go to thetappingsolution.com. Nick Ortner has done a great job laying out a website. He's got videos. He tells you how to do it. But you've got the chart here. And what you're doing, which for people who try to remain positive, this may seem contrary to it. You actually talk out what is bothering you. And you start everything by saying, even though, and then you state what you're doing. So I could say, you know what, even though I'm tired and exhausted right now, and then you end it with, I deeply and completely love myself. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So you just state what the problem is. Even though I'm exhausted and I didn't stay at home today to rest, I was back on the road going up to a shelter that's now accepting pets. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I overwork myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So you set up what the problem is. You actually state it. But then you say, you know what? I love and accept myself because this is who I am. And then you just start tapping and you just talk it through. And you can even not say anything, but you just tap on all these points above your eyebrows, on the side of your eyes, under your eyes, like on the sinuses, under the nose, on the chin, go to your collarbone, go right underneath it. You tap here. I sometimes just do this. I tap right here. That's an energy point, brings your energy back. Right underneath the arm, like right on the brow point, and then on the top of the head. And usually you just do 3 rounds. Well, here's the thing. I put oils on my fingertips because if I'm going to be tapping out an old emotion, a negative emotion, a core belief that I want to reprogram, I'm going to put an oil on my fingertips to do it. Why not throw everything you have at it? So forgiveness. If you have trouble with forgiveness, look at that megahertz, okay? A healthy body is 78. If you're feeling down in the dumps, you breathe this, 192. That'll certainly raise you. It's not going to keep you at 192. That would be really hard to handle. But it's going to raise you up very fast just by smelling it or putting it on you. This oil supports the physical and the emotional body. It's the oil that you grab when you need to forgive, because when you can't forgive, it drags your energy down because it keeps you connected to that situation or that person, and it's like a dead weight. So you need to let those feelings go. It reduces stress. When you're feeling hurt, it's going to support you because it's going to raise you up. When you're feeling abandoned, or you just want to release these memories and emotions, grab the forgiveness, put the oil, put the forgiveness on your fingertips, So here we go. I got forgiveness on the fingertips. I rub it together. Tap, 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 tap. And when you're tapping it in, you're doing the technique, you are tapping the oil into your skin and you're smelling it. Because one of the tapping points is underneath your nose. Isn't that awesome? I don't know how I thought of that. Some days I feel awesome. Other days, eh. Another confession. So it's uplifting. It creates a positive attitude because when you can forgive, you can let it go. So tap with the oil on your fingertips. So forgiveness is an awesome blend. It has an oil that I keep putting on my monthly Essential Rewards order. And you know what? Darn it all, I'm going to go for it next month. It's a little expensive, but it's Melissa. I want that Melissa oil. Melissa is in the forgiveness oil, as is geranium, frankincense, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, coriander, angelica, lavender, bergamot, lemon, ylang-ylang, jasmine, helichrysum, Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose. There's a huge amount of high vibrational oils in here because a lot that I just mentioned, we're going to go through. So this is very high vibration, 192 megahertz. Release is 102 megahertz. Not as high, but still quite high. Yeah, Jackie, yeah. And the thing about Melissa is you only get half the PV when you buy it. There's only a couple of oils. Rose and Melissa are the two that I know of where the price that you pay should equal the PV that you get, the product value, the points, but it's only half. So that's why it's been continually getting bumped out of my order, but I'm going to go for it. All right, release, release, release. I'm looking at I have all the oils lined up over here. 102 megahertz. Put it on your fingers and tap, 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 tap. But you don't have to tap, just smell. I mean, this, oh my gosh. Oh, this smells so good. Seriously, I could drink this right now. When you get an idea like that, do it. Just do it. Okay, so it has, seriously, I'm going to do it while I'm talking. I'm going to tell you what's in it. Oh, wow. Oh, it's got a kick. It's the spearmint. That's what I'm tasting. It's a ylang-ylang, lavender, geranium, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, grapefruit, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, blue cypress, davana, kaffir lime, akutia, jasmine, matricaria, blue tansy, and rose. Ooh, that tastes good. I've never tasted release before, but my body just told me to do it. When you get an idea, just do it. Just do it. So this oil supports the release of negative memories. We store a lot of anger in our liver. Put it on over your liver. Or you can look in your book for the VitaFlex points on your feet of where the liver meridian is and put it on the bottom of your feet. Just breathe it in. I mean, this just makes you feel so good. It will help you release. I have used this oil extensively with my cat, Jacob, to not only release emotions when I first got him, but to release some issues that he's having, like in his bowel area. Sometimes he strains. I put a little release on him, bleh. Not to be gross, but it works. So release is awesome. Yeah, he's okay. It's just he has this, he's a good boy. All right, SARA. SARA, I just got. I cashed in. Where is it? SARA, where'd you go? I cashed in my Essential Rewards points. Okay, if you're not on Essential Rewards, bad. You want to get on Essential Rewards because I got a bottle of SARA for free. I've gotten a lot of these oils for free. SARA, 102 megahertz. This oil really supports the release of deep emotional wounds and deep memories. It was actually created to help release if someone has been physically or sexually abused. This is a deep releasing oil. to pull, because whenever we encounter any sort of abuse, or it could just be an annoyance, or somebody said something hurtful, pull it out of your system before it creates something. SARA is awesome. And because I have spent my career working with abuse victims, and I teach on vicarious trauma, and I'm getting the oils into these people, folks, which I'm so excited. I'm going to teach the Army Special Victim Prosecutors in January about handling vicarious trauma and compassion fatigue. Guess who's going to be diffusing oils in the room? Very excited about that. But this oil, it's got so much in it. It has ylang-ylang, geranium, lavender, orange, blue cypress, cedarwood, davana, jasmine, rose. I mean, these are high vibrational oils. Matricaria, blue tansy, grapefruit, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, acacia, white lotus. We can't even get white lotus individually, and it's in here. White lotus is awesome. And I could just sit here all night and smell this. I actually may do it when I'm watching Scandal. But this will raise your vibration. And if you're working on something specific, like you just want to pull out a deep emotional wound, get SARA. It's a small bottle. It's not one of the big ones. It's a small bottle, but I'll tell you, it is worth every penny. I've only been working with this oil for a couple of weeks, and I take it with me everywhere. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go to Trauma Life, of which I am out of, and I'm traumatized about that. Trauma Life, 92 megahertz. Very grounding, especially when you're stressed out, but yet it raises you up because it's above the 78 megahertz. So this is really good for getting old stresses out of you. I like to start with Trauma Life, and if Trauma Life isn't working, you kick it into gear with SARA. And you go to the SARA oil. But this oil, it gives you clarity, it gives you perspective, because sometimes when we've encountered something in the past, we don't have good perspective. This gives you good perspective. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, diffuse it, smell it, wear it, drink it, put it on your spine. Because when we have, a spine that's strong, we feel strong. When we feel spineless, that's when we feel weak. Bottom of the feet is great. Use the VitaFlex points. This has frankincense, sandalwood, valerian, lavender, davana, spruce, geranium, helichrysum, which I'm going to talk about, and rose. A lot of these have rose, okay? So if you are not in a position to make the financial investment in a bottle of rose, you can get the rose in a lot of these blends because it's the highest frequency oil at 320 megahertz. All right, now I'm going to talk about balancing energy. So you don't necessarily feel like you have anything you need to get out of you, but you just want to balance. And that's where I was in 2014 because I was work. I was still living in the Virginia, DC area, working all the time. I needed to balance. So I'm going to talk about these oils and how they'll work for you. So acceptance, 102 megahertz. I like this oil when you're bringing a new pet into the home or you have pets who are not getting along. They need to accept what's going on and stop behaving badly. So this is supportive during difficult times. It's a blend of rosewood, geranium, frankincense, blue tansy, sandalwood, neroli, and it's got almond oil in it. When you can accept what's going on in your life, you need it immediately for your 4 cats. I diffuse it. That's what I like to do. But it allows you to accept change, a new pet coming in, a pet passing away, a new person coming in, a person in the home going away to college, or a relationship ends, or you move. You need to accept it. Because when you can accept change, because change happens all the time. And if we're not changing, we're not growing. And if we're not growing, we're dying. So we need to embrace change. This oil will help you accept change so that you can reach for your highest potential. And because of its vibration, when you're in times of stress, this is going to help raise it so that physically you can feel good during it. So, oh, that's a nice smell. Lucy, I use this with Lucy because she doesn't like Jacob. I mean, who doesn't like Jacob? Come on. Lucy Lucy, see, I wish I could turn my computer. I'm afraid I'm going to unplug it. Lucy, smell the acceptance. Yeah, she actually put her nose right up to it. She likes it because I use it a lot with her. She's 17. She's not going to accept a darn thing. This is her world. But if you put it on your solar plexus or your heart, that's a great place to put it, or just smell it. Envision. Envision 90 megahertz. This is a blend of spruce, geranium, orange, lavender, sage, and rose. There we go with the rose again. This supports and balances your emotions, because if your emotions are out of whack, physically, you're going to feel it, right? Have you ever felt like, had times where you were on like an emotional roller coaster, and then physically you got really exhausted? Envision helps with that. Envision helps you to kind of envision your future being more balanced. This is really good when you're working on goals and just need to visualize. Smelling it is awesome. Oh, I can really smell the sage. But I like to put Envision on my third eye, so I put it right on my forehead. Because it contains sage, if you have high blood pressure or epilepsy, or are pregnant or know anybody who's pregnant, we use sage with caution around those three: high blood pressure, epilepsy, and pregnancy. So just be cautious around that. But again, this is another oil to help keep you balanced. It's not grounding you, it's not raising you, it's keeping you as close to the 78 megahertz as possible. Gratitude. I ran out of gratitude. The oil, not in reality. But I mean, seriously, how do you start your day? Do you wake up and think, yes, here's another great day where I get to play with oils or work with animals, or, do something that you love, and it's like, wow, I actually get paid to do this. This is awesome. Or do you wake up and think, not another day, not another day. I can't handle another day. So this is really funny. In the DC area, they actually had a commercial like that. I think it was for the Washington Post jobs classified section, where they had this guy coming home at the end of the day, and he would walk in. I mean, you could see his shoulders were drooped, and he's just throwing his stuff on the floor, and he would just say, not another day, can't take it, not another day. But he had a parrot who learned that. And so his parrot would start saying it, not another day, I can't take it, not another day. But if you wake up like that, this is not good. This is not good. So, when you want to basically crawl into your blanket fort with your cats, your oils, and your crystals, and, lock out the world, this is the oil that you need, because it'll really get you balanced. It'll pull you up out of the doldrums. It'll elevate you. It'll soothe you. Doesn't take you too high, doesn't take you too low. It's relaxing. So put it on your heart, put it on your forehead, put it on your temples, diffuse it however you want. It's a great blend of balsam fir, frankincense, rosewood, myrrh, galbanum, and ylang-ylang. 4 of those oils are the ancient scripture oils. All right, just saying, ancient scripture oils, pretty high vibration. All right, harmony. This is also good for pets who are not in harmony, but it's a great oil to just keep you balanced, because when you're in harmony, you feel good. It's why my company is called Manifested Harmony, because we all want to manifest harmony. A lot of people, when I ask them, what do you want to manifest? They're like, oh, I want a Tesla. It's like, no, you don't. You want harmony. You want how the Tesla is going to make you feel when you drive it, which is free and good. And that's being in harmony. Or they're like, I want a diamond ring. No, you want how the diamond ring is going to make you feel, which is good, which is harmony. We want harmony for everything. So the question is, did you use harmony in your paint for all of your rooms? Great question. So I only had to paint one room in my new house, and it was my healing room. And what I put in there, I didn't put harmony. I put highest potential and inspiration. And I walk into that room and I can still smell it. I can still smell it. So, yeah, but Harmony, you can put these oils in paint and paint your rooms. Did I tell you that? So yeah, you can do that. And the room will smell. It's awesome. So Harmony supports you physically and emotionally. Rub it on your heart. It's 101 megahertz. So it's keeping you not too high, not too low. Really, those discordant feelings that we feel, really combats that. It reduces stress. It's great to diffuse when you come home at the end of the day because it's uplifting, it's elevating, but it doesn't take you so high that you feel ditzy or you can't concentrate or you can't sleep. Wear it as a perfume. It's got a lot of oils in it. Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, bergamot, jasmine, rose. You catching a theme here? High vibrational oils. Harmony. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to have Lucy smell it. Lucy, smell the... Oh, she just took a nice little sniff of it. Lucy loves her oils. All right, Oola Balance. Hey, you guys tried any of the Oola oils? Are you following the Oola guys online? Dr. Dave and Dr. Troy are awesome. Yeah, I haven't had anybody sign up for this, but next month I was going to run an Oola University, but nobody has signed up for it. So I may bump it to January. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think people are too busy going into the holidays, don't you think? But you guys got to get your Oola oil. So Oola Balance. So Oola Balance, it's got a lot of oils in it. I'm not even going to begin to read these. It's a huge blend. But what it does is it aligns your physical body and your energy body and balances you. It gives you center. Now, I don't have the megahertz on it. It hasn't been tested. But when you are balanced and center, you can make better decisions. Makes you present. So this is an alternative for the present time. And I like to use the Oola Balance oil, and I'm going to talk about the Grow oil shortly. But I use these in combination with the other Oola oils that come in the Infused 7 kit. Those are the oils that help you balance family, faith, field, which is your work, finance, fitness, fun, and I'm missing the 7th one. What's the 7th one that I'm missing? Anyway, they're all F's. You combine them if you need to balance your family. You take the family oil and the balance oil and you put them together. Or if you need to grow finance, you take the grow oil and the finance oil and you put it together. It's pretty awesome. But balance will keep you balanced. It's a great oil. I love it. Peace and Calming. All right, it's back. The original Peace and Calming. Who's gotten it? Show me in the chat who's gotten their Peace and Calming before it goes out of stock again. We can get one per month. Get it, because it's going to go out of stock and the world is going to collapse as we know it. Get it. Get it. If you haven't placed an order this month, just order Peace and Calming if you can. Get it while it's in stock, because the Blue Tansy goes out of stock, and Blue Tansy is in this. Blue Tansy is also in Valor. Valor hasn't come back into stock. But Peace and Calming, 105 megahertz, this is going to keep you balanced. I used to diffuse this all the time. It's amazing. I rarely have to diffuse this now. I feel so balanced with all the oils. But it helps with sadness and tension and stress. This is excellent for kids who may be having a hard time at school. It's really good for overactive kids. We need more teachers diffusing this in the classroom. But it's great to diffuse at the end of the day. If you can get this in the office space, do it. Sometimes even just putting an oil on you is enough to really infuse your whole office. Put it under your nose, put it on the back of your neck or on the bottom of your feet, wherever you want to put it. It is a beautiful blend of tangerine, orange, ylang-ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. And I do like the Peace and Calming 2, the new version, but I grew up on original Peace and Calming. Oh, you would not think that tangerine and orange are calming, and they are. It's awesome. All right, let's go to Stress Away. Stress Away, this also came in your starter kit. I don't have the megahertz on this, but this balances you because it's a stress reduction oil. It'll elevate your mood. It changes the energy in your home. And when you suffer from chronic stress, your immune system suffers. And so your physical body suffers. This is a blend of copaiba, which is one of my favorite oils, lime, cedarwood, acacia, lavender, and it contains vanilla. I can't think of another oil that contains vanilla. You can't even buy vanilla straight from Young Living. Oh, that smells awesome. Where you apply it is where you carry the stress in your body. So being on an airplane, Lucy's in my lap. She's really loving these oils. So anyway, being on an airplane, I always feel it in my neck and my shoulders. So I just put some stress away on. But just smelling it, woo, it will balance you out. All right, White Angelica. This is the last one in the balance section. So my White Angelica has seen better days. I don't know if you can see the label. It is so marked up and tattered because I travel with it. 89 megahertz. Yeah, Lori already went through the stress away bottle. Nice. Get another one. Okay, White Angelica. 89 megahertz. So again, it's getting you balanced, keeping you at that 78 megahertz. It's very protective. It really neutralizes. Here, I gotta move Lucy again. Lucy, honey, you gotta stay on your cat perch. There she goes. If you feel that there's negativity in the home or in your workspace, put this on. I wear it before and after I do healing sessions to make sure that nothing attaches onto me. So it's really good for spiritual protection. If you are somebody that you know has nightmares, put this on before you go to bed. It's very calming. It's very soothing. You just feel whole. And when you feel whole, you're balanced. So, I like to put drops on my shoulder because that's kind of our protective center. You can put it on your hands. I like to brush my energy field to get I do it after I get off a plane, like get everybody else's energy off of me. It is a beautiful blend of rose, melissa, these are high vibration oils, sandalwood, ylang-ylang, geranium, spruce, myrrh, hyssop, bergamot, and rosewood. I'm putting it on my wrist right now. I am going to get high by the end. I'm just telling you right now. Brace yourselves. You can wear that as perfume. That is awesome. I love White Angelica. Yeah, Lucy's getting high too, although she's pouting over on her little cat tree. Lucy, you can use the oils too. All right, now let's talk about when you feel like this. I actually took a picture of this dog in Venice. He was the dog of an artist, a street artist, and he would just lay like that all day. And it's like, aw. But sometimes we feel like that, right? We feel like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go out to work. I don't want to see anybody. I don't even feel like eating. I just want to sit in front of the TV and watch Love Boat all day. You ever been like that? I've had those days. So those are the days when you need to raise your vibration. So we've gotten emotions out of us. We've balanced, but then there's times when we got to raise, okay? These are the oils that I'm going to talk about. All right. So frankincense, you all have frankincense in your starter kit, 147 megahertz, people. Isn't that awesome? Oh, that's nice. We have 3 different types of frankincense. Did you know that? The frankincense you have in your starter kit is Boswellia carteret, but you can also get sacred frankincense, which is Boswellia sacra, or you can get free Rihanna frankincense. So this is it's grounding and uplifting at the same time. It's grounding because it's a tree. Frankincense is a tree. They distill the bark, but it's uplifting for meditation because it's 147 megahertz. But this really just kind of gives you a purpose. So when you have those days where it's like, what's the point? I don't know what I'm doing. What's the point? Grab your frankincense. It gives you purpose. But it also works on the lung meridian to help you deepen your breath. Because when we're really stressed out, we breathe very shallow. This is where our life force energy comes from. So when we have a lot of grief, it goes to our lungs, which is why if you cry really hard, sometimes you can't catch your breath. use frankincense. It'll pull it out. It'll absolutely pull it out. And frankincense is in some really nice blends like acceptance, belief, forgiveness, trauma life. It's a great oil. What else do you want to raise? You want to raise with Helichrysum, 181 megahertz. Okay, that is more than double of what we are when we feel good. Okay, so these are pretty serious. When you need an instant get my vibration up, these are your superpower oils. Helichrysum comes from the New Young Living Farm in Croatia, which opened earlier this year. It's a very interesting smell. I have no words. I love it. I have no words. I can't describe it. I mean, it's a flower, but it's woody at the same time. But it's very clarifying. It's stimulating. It's grounding. It's really good for kids who need to study, or if you're working on something, you need to stay focused. But because when we are not at our best, when we are low vibration, we don't think clearly. This helps. It gets the clarity going. So Helichrysum is in the blends like Awaken, it's in Forgiveness, it's in Trauma Life, because it is a high vibration. All right, let's go to Highest Potential. Who's tried Highest Potential? This is one of the first ones I started working with. I love, 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 love it. It is, I don't think I have a megahertz on this. I do not. It is a blend of Australian blue, gathering, which is a blend on its own, jasmine, and ylang ylang. So it is high vibration. I just don't have the exact number, but it's high. It's very uplifting. You smell it and you feel like, woo, here I go. So when you need to be at your best, you're giving a talk, you're going into a meeting, you're going to ask for a raise, you're going to have a difficult conversation, anything where you need to be like really super high, be your best, your highest vibration, your highest self, use Highest Potential. The singer of the rock band Train, who Train performed at the Young Living Convention in 2014, which was awesome. And he got out on stage and he said, he pulled out a bottle of Highest Potential. And he said, I do not perform until me and my team put Highest Potential on. Isn't that cool? I love that sort of stuff. You can put Highest Potential anywhere. I'm putting it on my throat so that I give you guys all the good stuff that you need to know. So it gives you confidence. It gives you energy. You can wear it like perfume. Because when you have a vibration that is, the highest that you can handle, you can really focus on your higher goals. Okay? It's an awesome oil. Inspiration. I just started working with this one this year. Inspiration is great. 141 megahertz. It has, that is awesome. I love this oil. It's a lot of trees in it. Cedarwood, spruce, myrtle, coriander, sandalwood, frankincense, bergamot, spikenard, vetiver, ylang ylang, and geranium. It smells like a fully blooming summer garden surrounded by trees. Who wouldn't be inspired by that? This oil, one sniff, I'm already feeling it. It's really good for inner awareness. It's a highly spiritual oil. Use it when you pray, when you meditate. But when you are feeling physically, emotionally, or mentally exhausted, or just overwhelmed, you do not have inspiration. You don't have it. And I've had those times, when I do a lot of travel, it's like, oh my gosh, I just need to keep going. I lose my inspiration. This brings me back. 141 megahertz. Ooh, I highly recommend. Because we all need to be inspired. We're all here to do stuff. Do you know what you're supposed to do? Do you know your gift? If you don't know what your gift is that you're supposed to give to the planet, get the inspiration oil. Good old lavender. It's in your starter kit, 118 megahertz. It's calming yet energizing. I hear constantly from people who say, I put lavender on and I had way too much energy. I use it to calm myself down. So if you put lavender on and it hypes you up, that meant that your megahertz was low and it just raised you up. Sometimes I'm a little too high. In my megahertz, lavender lowers me. Okay, so it's calming yet energizing at the same time. So it just depends on where you are. It really stabilizes your heart energy. Really good at releasing pent up energy, which comes forth as heat. If you need to break a habit, put this on your fingertip and tap. Really good in a crisis because it keeps you calm. So again, there's another oil. If you're feeling low, it'll raise you up. Joy. All right, who's tried Joy? This is my number one perfume that I wear every single day. I am not without it at all. 188 megahertz. This is why going back to lavender, when I put lavender on, it lowers me because I've been wearing 188 megahertz all day. And for me to sleep, I've got to have lavender to calm me down. Okay. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that wears it. This is your self-love frequency. You can't feel sadness or melancholy. You feel free and unburdened. It's a great oil if you feel grief, if you're grieving the loss of something. It's a romance oil. It just brings joy to the heart. It is a blend of bergamot, ylang-ylang, geranium, rosewood, lemon, mandarin, jasmine, Roman chamomile, pomarosa, and rose. There we go with the rose. Oh, I do not need to be smelling 188 megahertz at this time of night. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? If you need a boost, get Joy. Everybody should have Joy. Joy is the very first Young Living oil I ever got. I was in Sedona. I'm going to be there next week. I'm so excited. But I was in Sedona a couple years ago, and I got a massage, and the lady used Joy on me. And I was higher than a kite. I'm like, I need to be taking some of that home with me. And I brought home a bottle of Joy. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know anything about Young Living. I didn't know what to do with it. And it just kind of sat around. But I started wearing it as perfume. And then I noticed I started feeling better. So awesome, awesome oil. All right, Oola Grow. We already talked about Oola Balance. Oola Grow. This, I don't have the megahertz on, but this is a high vibration oil. It has a boatload of oils in it. It is a massive blend. This is I'm reaching as high as I can for my unlimited potential, and I want to grow. It gives you courage, and it helps you move forward and not procrastinate. If you need to grow, you grow, and you feel all Oola. We want to feel Oola. That's a picture of me in Venice. I was feeling Oola at that time. So this is an awesome oil. If you pair, all right, let's get a little freaky here. You pair Oola Grow with highest potential, and I haven't even gotten to the transformation oil yet, and maybe inspiration, and like you work with these three for a week, you will not be the same person. This is why I use, in one way or another, 20 oils a day. You start putting these together and it's like, ooh, this is kind of a fun combination to do that. Start playing with these oils, and you will never go back. You will never go back. You will look at who you were a year ago and say, wow, I am not that person. I am not stressed out. I'm feeling Oola. All right, here we go. Here's the heavy hitter. Rose, 320 megahertz. I really should not smell this. It's 8:41 p.m. Eastern time. But I'm going for it. It is unlike any rose you've ever smelled. It takes 5,000 pounds of rose petals to make a pound of rose oil. This is why this is expensive. I even have a little label on mine that says smell only because I want it to last. This nourishes your heart. This really helps with deep emotional wounds, because when you have deep emotional wounds and deep despair and deep grief, physically, you feel it. I mean, you can tell people who are in emotional pain, their shoulders are hunched, they're drooped over, they're looking down, they're dragging themselves around. Seriously, take a bottle of rose and just like smelling salts, woo, woo. Help them get out of it. This will stimulate your vibration. It is awesome. Inhale it, inhale it, inhale it, or you can put a little bit on your heart. I use this very sparingly because rose is in so many other blends like Joy. That's where I'm getting the rose put directly on me. But this super high, highest vibration of them all, if you need to go to the top, you go to rose. Sacred Mountain. Look how high that is, 176 megahertz. This is protecting like a mountain. It's empowering, it's grounding, it's security, it's big. When you need to just, it's like, I'm feeling kind of small, I need to feel big. I need to do a presentation, I need to have a conversation with somebody, I need to be like a mountain. This will emotionally balance you. It's such a sacred oil. It smells awesome. 4 oils in this. Spruce, ylang-ylang, fir, and cedarwood. Oh, this is perfume. You wear this as perfume. Yeah, it's awesome. Apply it everywhere. Pour it over your head. This will raise your vibration and help you really just feel strong. Feel strong. Like I'm invincible. I can do this. Like if you're going for a big goal, work with Sacred Mountain. It'll really keep your vibration to where you need to have it. All right, good old Thieves. Did you know that Thieves was 150 megahertz? It's in your starter kit. This is why we go to Thieves when we need immune support. Again, I travel a lot. This is always with me on the airplane, and it's starting to be a little battered. It shows it. This is what I grab when I feel physically like, oh, here we go. I'm starting to feel, all the junk that I'm, getting on the airplanes. I grab Thieves. We instinctively go for Thieves because what we know it physically does for us. Well, vibrationally, 150 megahertz. That's what it's doing. It's changing our vibration. It's pulling us out of something that is dragging our immune system down. So it's going to boost your vibration. Ah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Never, ever be without Thieves. And as we go into the winter months, stock it up. Okay? Stock it up. Yeah, Jackie says it's in my big cup of morning tea along with lemon every single day. Awesome. That is awesome. You're starting your day with 150 megahertz. Woo! It's like sticking your finger in a socket. Yeah. Barb says she can't imagine it with lemon. Oh, yeah. Put some lemon in there. It's good. All right. Transformation. All right. This is the last oil. I spent, what year was it? I don't even remember. 2013, 2014, I use this oil every single day. This oil is what prompted me out of the blue to go to the Young Living Grand Convention in 2014. It's what transformed my healing business. It transformed my Young Living business. It transformed my life. 92 megahertz, so it's not the highest, but when you need to transform something that isn't working for you, when something needs to change, work with transformation. It works with changing beliefs. So when you're doing tapping to change beliefs and get emotions out, put transformation also on your fingertips. It's energizing, it's stimulating, but it's also grounding. So it has lemon, peppermint, sandalwood, clary sage, frankincense, balsam fir, rosemary, and cardamom. When something is stuck and isn't working, this will transform it. It'll get it moving. It will get it moving. It also helps you when you need to make a difficult decision. This helped me in my decision to move back to Michigan. And that's turned out pretty awesome. All right. Now, I'm going to give you Gary Young's power recipe. He told us this at convention this year. On your pillow, put Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is a blend, and it helps you grab your dreams. It actually helps you remember your dreams, but it helps you grab your dreams, because we all have dreams that haven't come true. On your crown, you're going to put the 3 Wise Men oil. The 3 Wise Men oil is a blend of ancient oils that really brings emotional balance. It really smells great. On your forehead, you're going to put the oil blend called The Gift. The Gift is a blend of 7 ancient oils. The ancient oils are very high vibration. Frankincense, myrrh, spikenard, galbanum, cistus. I mean, all these huge vibration oils. But it's calming and relaxing at the same time. Put it on your forehead, and it'll give you a gift of foresight, of knowing what you need to do. On your sternum, like right on your breastbone, magnify your purpose. I didn't even bring magnify the purpose. I didn't bring it. This is your motivation oil. This is your positive outlook oil. It's encouraging. It's uplifting. It magnifies what you need to do so that you can do it. And then on your feet, you put Light the Fire. This is the new oil that came out at convention that gets you going. It gets your feet going, gets you moving. So that's his power recipe that he uses. Isn't that cool? All right. What I would recommend is get a journal. It could just be a notebook. Select one of these oils and work with it for a day, for a week, and keep a journal. Like, how did you feel physically and emotionally and mentally before you started working with it? And then look how you are at the end of the day, or maybe you work with it for a week or a month. I mean, transformation I worked with for a year. Kind of keep track of how you feel. And then share on the Facebook page with us how it's working for you. And, maybe you want to try 1 or 2 new ones a month so that you're not going out like I initially did. And it's like, I need every single blend and I need it now. Pick 1 or 2. And then in your next order, pick another 1 or 2 and see how they work for you. All right. And since you guys are all on the live webinar already members, this is just for the people who are on the recording that are not members yet. And gals, type in the chat how you're loving the Young Living oils. I mean, we need to live our days feeling our best and really filled with purpose. Because if you're not feeling your best and if you're not filled with purpose, what are you doing? You got to stop that nonsense and start working with these oils. Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat, can't be without it. Yeah, we can't live without these oils. We're loving them. We are loving them. So this month in October, if you sign up, and I'm going to show you what the premium kits are, I'm going to give you a 45-minute one-on-one session with me where I'm going to help you maximize the oils for what you need them to do for you, because they will do a lot for physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual balance. I'm going to give you a welcome gift with a lot of resources. I have a lot of recorded webinars. You're going to get access to those, and you're going to join our private Facebook page called Permastay Oils. Purr in me recognizes the purr in you. So I hope you'll join us. Here's the starter kit. You get 11 oils, a bunch of samples, and a diffuser. And you get to pick your diffuser. So depending on the diffuser, depends on the cost. They just took out the home diffuser. It's no longer available, but they put in the Rainstone. The Rainstone is the $205 kit. The Rainstone alone, if you buy it as a member, is like $167. And then on top of that, for like another, $50, you're getting 11 oils. It's unheard of. Rainstone is my favorite diffuser. That's the diffuser that I use. I love, 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 love it. Love it. And even as members, we can still get these starter kits and stock up on diffusers. So I really encourage you to do it, because these kits are half the price as if you were to buy everything individually. Keep getting these. For those of you who are not on Essential Rewards, Grumpy Cat says that's terrible. You got to get on Essential Rewards, especially if you really, really want to try some of these vibrational oils. All you need is 50 PV per month. It's so easy to get to 50 PV. It's so easy. You start swapping out stuff that you're already buying: toothpaste, laundry soap, dish soap. You can even buy spaghetti. Gary Young has spaghetti. It's really good. But seriously, get on Essential Rewards. You're going to start earning points, and then you're going to be able to cash them in for free stuff. I can't wait to get to the end of this year and see how much free stuff I've cashed in. Because I know it's a lot. It's a lot. So really, 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 really think about it. All right, I'll skip over that. So as always, you know, I'm here to answer your questions, whether you're on the recording or you're live. So for those of you live, do you have any questions? Because we're at the end. Scandal is about ready to start. Any questions? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Vitamins in the oil. Barb, I don't understand your question. Vitamins in the oil? Do you mean what oils are in the vitamins? Can you rephrase that? We're going to wait while Barb is typing. How can you tell how much vitamin in the oil? Barb, I'm sorry, I still don't understand your question. How much vitamin? Vitamin? There's no vitamins in the oils. Vitamin C is 500 mg. How do they know that? Oh, they have scientific instruments where they measure it. I don't know how that works, but there's a machine that measures, you know, how much is in. There's machines that measure the frequency, which is where I got this information. So yeah, sorry, I didn't understand your question, but now I do. Great question. All right, any other questions? All right, did you all download the copy of the PowerPoint? So be sure to do that. You scroll all the way back up in the beginning of the chat. Actually, I don't see it. I'll email it to you all. I thought I put that in there. I do not see it. I'll send it to you guys if you don't have it. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. And if you have any webinars that you want me to do, I love creating this stuff. Let me know what topics you want, and I'm happy to create it. Okay. And as always, send me questions. And if you're not in Young Living and you're watching this recording, you really, really got to join. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. And then you're going to be part of a fun group with all these fun gals that joined tonight. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.